crypto space keeps getting crazier and crazier every single day. Some of the things, for example, that are really crazy to me is something that happened yesterday. HODL is going wild today with $258 million in volume already, a 14x jump over its daily average, and it's not one big investor, which would make sense, but rather 32,000 individual trades, which is 60 times the average. Not sure how to explain. Maybe it was added to a platform over the weekend? And even later in the day, Eric, the senior ETF analyst at Bloomberg, said he still hasn't figured out what exactly happened. No one really knows. Given how sudden and explosive the increase in number of trades was, 500 trades Friday, 50,000 trades today. I'm wondering if some Reddit or TikTok influencer type recommended them to their followers. Feels retail army-ish. Another theory is this could be market makers trading among each other, but not sure why. IBIT, BITO, much more liquid, and that would be still unusual to produce such a massive anomaly, but definitely a possibility. And every single explanation I've seen here makes some sense, but it kind of still doesn't. And Eric thus far hasn't posted an update where he says he knows exactly what it is, but the conclusion is the crypto space is crazy right now. And so many mysteries, so many strange parts. I mean, take a look at what happened as well. Somebody yesterday just withdrew 18,000 Bitcoin worth over $1 billion basically from Coinbase. And from a certain perspective, it ain't that much because the crypto space is almost worth $2 trillion now. But still, the idea counts. Who is doing that? Why are they doing that? But then I realized again that the crypto space is only expanding every single day and will just keep getting bigger. Chad said Hong Kong's futures hit all-time high as their spot Bitcoin ETF or whatever loom near. Financial services firm Venture Smart Financial Holdings said that it aims to debut its spot Bitcoin ETF in Q1 and a spot ETH ETF in the second quarter, the flood. And so from that perspective, I know that crypto is going to keep expanding, keep doing better. And so the only thing I'm looking for is which crypto gems to hold for prolonged periods of time and which sectors will do well. I've already talked to you guys about the AI sector. I've talked to you guys plenty about the gaming sector. Very soon, I'll talk more about the DeFi sector. But one area a lot of you guys are still sleeping on, I believe, is the content creation sector. So it's kind of my sector, I guess, but see it from the perspective of, did you hear the speculation that he thinks it perhaps could have been an influencer of sorts promoting the living crap out of the ETF to cause massive increases in trades? And do you guys remember at some point my channel got taken down? And then often in the comments, people talk about these decentralized mediums. And at the center, people understand now with Mr. Beast, etc. If you don't know, you don't know. It doesn't matter. Massive creator, a couple 100 million subscribers, and tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars a year that they're making. At least tens of millions of dollars in profit a year from social media, which is just crazy, but not that odd anymore in this society. And I think many people still don't know it. But two things. One is the sector is understandably huge because every single time you go for the creator, you basically go for the audience as well, right? And so the creator is as powerful as his audience, but also, even if you've got only 10 creators, you might have 200,000 of an audience. Hopefully you guys get where I'm coming from, where you can kind of target a very small quantity, but take it a lot bigger. And one project I'm talking about here today, it's just an example. There are many good projects out there, but this one caught my eye quite recently, and I've got some juicy news lined up, is, for example, Ego. You guys might know I made some tweets about this in the past, and I'm still actually holding a very, very good chunk of this crypto. It's doing pretty well today, and I'm probably going to be holding this for a very, very long time because if it doesn't do like a 50x or something, I kind of think it was a waste because I honestly believe it should happen. So again, this sector is the creator sector, and more specifically, passive income for creators. This is specific, but the sector is everything that has to do with the social media, decentralized social media, the analyzing of social media things. So for example, things like Inspect we talked about before, where you, for example, have a layer 2 for social media, all that type of stuff. But Passenger specifically for basically providing passive income to creators. And again, I don't want to keep mentioning other small bits here, but we talked about it before with XCAD, where you can get paid for watching videos, etc. This sector is huge, and it's something you should not sleep on, in my opinion. So these guys specifically, the reason I'm talking about it right now is because there's a good chance that we're going to see some additional type of move based solely on the MEXC listing coming a little bit later today. Listings like this are something you always pay attention to. And there's a good chance that in lieu of this, you know, in the expectation that the price just pumped like 15% here throughout the day. But over on the right, you can see one of the most interesting points that I talked about before, which is that the industry has massive growth potential, but also think about it. They've got the marketing probably on lock. The first time I talked about it here, for example, the 26th of January, which was pretty nice. It was also when the price was on a good uptick. And I think when the price came down, I put up a little message. Yeah, you can see here. I posted at 2 p.m. That's exactly right there at the bottom of the bottom. And you can see how it went over the past couple of hours afterwards. But back then, I think it was kind of small if you compare the volume, etc., from what we are seeing right now. And now you can see just how sporadic of a search it was. I'm kind of getting the 𝗓𝗓 vibes where all of a sudden, at some point, people are going to start noticing just how huge it is. And again, I would never put my entire bag into something like this because it's small, right? You know, but as any woman might tell you, the small things matter as well. And obviously that's where bigger multipliers come from. 𝗓𝗓, I bought at or at least my bag was mostly, I think, at 1 million market cap or so. And it went to 350 million market cap in a couple of months. The reason I keep buying $2 million market cap gems is because you want the 100Xs and projects that have $4 billion, it's just harder for them to do so. So I try to buy the AI sector, try to buy this sector, that sector, and buy a couple of different coins. Even only $10 or $100. $100 goes to 10,000, right? If it does 100x over time. To get back to it though, because I didn't really talk about why. I talk more, and that's what I usually do, about the token and why I'm kind of bullish on it. Not so much about the intrinsic value of it, but again, like I said, it's creator oriented, right? Again, in their own words, it's a social platform specifically designed for creators. Their mission is to create the best tool on the market for audience engagement and earning through creativity. We care about providing your fans with the most comprehensive interaction experience with you and ensuring they don't get lost. And again, it's already listed on some big exchanges. It's not, you know, new or anything. So that kind of like, oh, the new, it's the next big, the hype is kind of faded. But there's two sides to that, because this is a project with like, let's say 500,000 users or so. And there's a difference between a project that's new, that has nothing and has potential, versus something that's been out there, that has got potential, it's got the actual users to back it up, but just hasn't gained the traction too much. Obviously, one of them is more so what I often describe as a momentum gem. One is more of a value gem. But then again, the reason I'm kind of mixing them both together here is because I see there is some movement with regards to price. It just might get way crazier over time. And again, guys, please understand here, I'm not trying to tell you to just put all your money to one different thing. I'm trying to give you a different perspective. I try to make my videos mostly about my thinking process and a lot along the lines of how to get rich over the next bull market. And for that, I personally believe you can either specialize in just one sector or get to know what different things do well and kind of, yeah, as I said, understand my thinking process. But these guys, again, just to kind of summarize it again, working product, a sector that is going to grow a lot, but that is pretty undervalued right now, overlooked, but they've got marketing in check because they're getting new exchange listings, even though they're small, which shows me they either have good connections or have got something big coming. They have gotten some good rallies going in the near past, meaning, again, probably this is something you could also trade for massive profits every time it dips, potentially. And last thing I'll say is, again, personally, I think it's always best to find connections and overlap wherever you can find it. I saw the AI sector on their main website. I was like, ah. Because I know they've got proper backing, like Consensus and some other massive guys. And I think they recently just closed another massive round, which again puts me to the idea of probably they're going to do a massive marketing sort of thing soon. And I guess it's already showcasing right now, right? With their new exchange listing. Here you go with the Consensus, as you can see. And I'll tell you one thing, guys. One thing you have to understand really carefully. Very often, the way I've got it, and this is not financial advice, but just my thoughts. Very often, there are projects which I end up not going for because I'm either too lazy or I think, I could better go for something else. But now, if I look back, I'm just scrolling through CoinMarketCap here and a couple of coins that I've not bought because of my own stupidity or laziness, that I'm thinking, what if I just put a couple dollars in it and it did really, really well? If there are parts that give it potential, it's mostly just worth it to do that. Because now I kind of feel annoyed that I didn't have the token. And I will not name exactly exactly which coins I faded. But just know there are many coins out there that I did not end up going for, that I did have the chance to buy really, really early. Right now, just think, what if I just put $10, $100, or in my case, let's say a couple $1,000s, to just kind of forget about it, because at least then I would have had some exposure to it. And I try to now do it in all these different sectors as much as possible. For example, in the AI sector, guys, I'm buying nearly every single coin all the time. It's pretty insane. And I'm looking at every single suggestion you guys have in the comment section. Look at this. I talked about it yesterday at $6.50. Right now it's $7.30. No, I think it was 2 days ago, because yesterday I didn't upload a video. And some coins are down, sure. But if I'd only held one coin, my entire portfolio will be down. But now, because I was holding a juicy amount of different ones, you can see how juicy that is. Today's a little bit of a dumpy day in the crypto space, though. I probably got some cool updates coming out later, because I want to give you guys a good list of my top altcoins right now, and something else that I think is pretty juicy I'll talk about later. As I said before, though, guys, this narrative of AI and everything connected to it is taking so much of my time. I almost don't have any free time anymore to do other stuff. It's really that crazy. But I think it will be worth it over the next couple of months, though. And one thing a lot of you people don't understand either is you don't need coins that no one is in yet, right? So you don't get dumped on. Every single project has early stage investors that will dump on you the moment that it launches and over time. Even some of the most massive projects like an XRP, like a 𝗕𝗓𝗪, etc., have early investors selling still. The thing is, though, you gotta find projects that can overcome that potential, or where the investors are still trying to get it higher. If you want to go into a project that nobody is in, there's often less pump potential because they don't have the connections, don't have the budget, don't have yada, yada, yada. I'll say it again, though. It's not that wise, in my opinion, to just go for one. I personally think it's wise to just spread around your basket a little bit. But hey, guys, that's it for this little crypto update. Hopefully you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video somewhere later today.